Hey, English learner, let's go ahead and read a fragment of this amazing story that is called Breaking the Change of That An Inspiring Journey. So, this story was made, obviously, it's not a true story, but it's a story that will help English learners acquire vocabulary about credit, debt, and personal finances. So, in the book, I talk about the story of a man, a regular man, that found himself immersed in debt, and now he needs to have a better finance education. He needs to have a better life, control his finances in a better way in order to complete a goal that he has. In each page, you are going to find the vocabulary, the meaning, and also it has an audio section. So let's go ahead and read the first part. Chapter 1, A Reality Check. Hi, my name is Adam. I live in New York City, one of the most expensive cities in the US. Currently, I'm working as a hotel administrator, and I can say that I live comfortably with my salary. I have my own house where I live with my wife and our two dogs, but we plan to have babies in the near future. 5 years ago, my financial situation was totally different. I was drowning in a sea of financial obligations. The words budget and auto control were not part of my dictionary. I had accumulated a staggering amount of $25,000 in credit card debts divided in four credit cards. Obviously, I was living paycheck to paycheck, leaving no room for saving or investments. And in this page, we have the words budget. The budget is an estimate of your income and expenses for a set period of time. So, healthy finances habits recommend that every month you sit down and you make your budget. So, you assign each dollar that you are going to receive, you are going to assign those dollars a mission. So, in that way, you are in control of your money. Staggering. Staggering is an adjective, something that means deeply shocking, similar to astonishing or amazing. So in this case, he said I had accumulated a staggering amount of $25,000. Staggering. It was shocking. He was impressed of how much that he had. One day, exactly on September 1st, 2017, my wife, who was my girlfriend at that time, proposed something very serious that I never saw it coming. She said, Adam, I think it's time to settle down. Let's get a place for us and move together if we want to take this relationship to the next level. I won't lie to you. At that moment, my face turned pale. I was speechless. The only thing that I said was, okay, honey, let's do that, hoping that she would want to wait at least 6 months to start the house seeking journey. So when you seek for something, that means that you are going to go out and look for it. You're going to start looking for something, to seek something that you need to find. I was so wrong. 2 days later, she called to tell me that she had arranged a meeting with a person that was selling an apartment and that we had to go together. She sounded so excited that I couldn't break her heart at the moment. Later that night, I went to her house and I had to tell her the awful truth. I had to be honest. I loved her. But what she was asking for was impossible for me at the time because I had $0 saved. I told her that I was living paycheck to paycheck and I had no savings and I didn't have anything left to start saving for a down payment or not even a deposit to rent a place. So in this case, we see that his situation was difficult. He said, I had $0 saved. So that means that he didn't have any money in the bank saved. The awful truth. So the awful truth is a phrase that we use when something is true, right? But it's not nice. Is not nice. It's very bad. It's terrible. In this case, we use the word down payment. So a down payment, it's an initial payment when something is bought on credit. Normally, we have to give a down payment when you're buying a house because, if you don't have, for example, $100,000 for a house, then you have to, um, give 5% or 10% of the value. That is a down payment. If you want to buy something on credit, you want the store to give you the object right away, but you don't have the full amount. You can give a down payment and then the rest you can pay it in parts. So normally when you buy a house, when you buy a car, you have to pay a down payment. But a down payment is like a proportion or a percentage of the value. She looked at me with a face that she was going to dump me at that moment. I couldn't blame her. She had plans, and I had nothing good to offer her. Despite my nervousness about not knowing what she was going to decide, I told her that I had resolved earlier to find help to get out of debt and start a new life with her. I opened my heart. I told her how much I loved her and how decided I was to get out of the deep water I was in. The only thing she said was, okay, I give you a year to lower those balances and then we will start our savings together. I was relieved because she didn't break up with me and I had the opportunity to change my financial situation. I rolled up my sleeves and got down to business. Time to face the music, I muttered to myself, fully aware of the challenging road ahead. I know it was time for a reality check. So I called my creditors, in my case, banks, where I had the credit card, to request a copy of my most recent statements. Until that day, I was making only minimum payments, and sometimes $20 or $25 extra, but usually no more than that. Okay, so in this case, we have the phrase to be or the idiom to be in deep water. So when you are in deep water, that means that you are in a very difficult or serious situation. So in this case, I was to get out of the deep water I was in. Get down to business. When we get down to business is to start doing what needs to be done to start working on something. So I roll up my sleeves and got down to business. So in his case, got down to business was okay to start working and how well calling the banks, calling the credit cards companies to find out really how much was his debt with these banks. Mutter, verb. So mutter something is to say something in a very low, almost not audible voice, especially in a dissatisfaction or irritation. So in this case, let's say it says, I mutter to myself, fully aware of the challenging. So I said, time to face the music. Okay, so in this way that you don't want the other person to hear you clearly, you muttered. It's like, for example, when a mom tells her child, hey, go ahead and wash the dishes. He cannot say no because it's his responsibility, but he muttered, like trying to talk to himself. Oh, boring. In that kind of sound that you barely hear or you cannot hear very clearly or understand. And then we have minimum payment. Minimum payment is the smallest amount that you can pay in a monthly bill. Okay, guys, so until here with the first chapter of this book. If you want to get the full copy of your book, I will leave a link on the description of this video where you can get it from my coffee store. And I'm really sure that you are going to enjoy this story. Talk to you later. Bye.